Fear doesn't just control us, it shapes us. It decides whether we rise or collapse. But what if fear itself could be mastered, transformed into your greatest ally? You are here at Chasing Sunsets 49, where curiosity meets truth. Today, we are diving deep into Dune, not as science fiction, but as a guide to conquering the mind. Because behind the sandworms and politics lies a timeless lesson. The enemy isn't outside, it's within. Fear is a primal force. It is an ancient current that runs through every living thing, a shadow that can fall across the brightest mind and bring it to a halt. It whispers of failure, loss, pain. When we listen too closely, it can paralyze us, making action impossible and clear thought a distant memory. In Frank Herbert's Dune, the Bene Gesserit litany says, "Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration." It offers a profound diagnosis. That's not just fiction. It's philosophy in disguise. Because fear's true target isn't the body, it's the mind. It makes us act on impulse instead of wisdom. But here's the twist. Embedded in Herbert's words lies the cure. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. The statement is self-therapy. The moment you see fear for what it is, you begin to master it. If fear is the mind killer, the mind properly trained must be the fear killer. So, here's the question worth pausing on. What would your life look like if fear lost its power over your choices? Stick around, because in a moment, we'll see how Paul Atreides faces that test, and how Stoic wisdom predicted it 2,000 years earlier. If you're enjoying this journey into philosophy and film, don't forget to subscribe at Chasing Sunsets 49. This November is our Dune movie series here at Chasing Sunsets. And trust me, what's coming next will reshape how you think about fear. Paul Atreides begins his trial not as a hardened warrior, but as a young noble, filled with anxieties and uncertainties. When he is forced to place his hand in the Gom Jabbar, the box induces unimaginable pain. He is not without terror. The test asks if his awareness can overcome the animal instinct to pull away. Notice the fear, feel the pain, hold his reasoned mind above the screaming impulse. Events themselves are neutral. Our judgment introduces fear and suffering. The pain is real, but the panic is a choice. Epictetus says, focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, our judgments, our choices, our actions. Everything else, our health, our reputation, the actions of others, the outcome of events, lies outside our direct control. Paul cannot control political machinations or the harshness of the desert, but he can control his breathing, his focus, his next step. Shrinking focus to the immediate gives a foothold against chaos. One of the most powerful tools Paul wields is not steel, but words, the litany against fear. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. This is more than a mantra. It's mental engineering, a loop breaker, a rational anchor when emotion tries to take control. Marcus Aurelius used the same pattern in Meditations. Breathe, observe, act. Notice the fear, let it pass, then choose the next step with reason. That's how Paul transforms, from terrified boy to conscious leader. And it's how we can all reclaim the throne of our own minds. So next time fear rises, try this. Breathe, observe, act. That's the desert's true lesson. Fear is not inherently bad. It's a survival mechanism, a signal. Our lives trigger alarms like job interviews, financial worries, social rejection. Most are not life-threatening, yet our brains react as if they do. Fear is data, not a directive. Paul learns what the Stoics already knew. Fear can be read, not obeyed. Before a duel, he studies the terrain, his enemies, himself. Fear sharpens his senses, not dulls them. Concern for the freeman's future pushes him to plan, study the environment, learn their ways. He asks himself, is there a real threat, a gap in knowledge? Use the feeling as a prompt for preparation. Next time you feel that surge of panic, pause. Ask, is this danger or data? Curiosity turns fear into an ally. Name it, shrink it, prepare, practice. Fear becomes a strategist, not a tyrant. Because in the game of life, you can either be a pawn of fear or a player of strategy. Mastering fear isn't a single heroic charge. It's a quiet daily practice. 1,000 small choices. Breathe instead of panic. Step forward instead of freezing. Paul's mastery rests on relentless, mundane effort, combat, strategy, and disciplined mind. Seneca called it premeditatio malorum, rehearsing hardship to train resilience. Each small act of courage expands your circle of strength. Take small circles of fear, survive them, and your circle of courage expands. Fear thrives in the abstract future. Action lives in the concrete present. Identify and execute the next smallest step. Pause and breathe. Say, I am feeling afraid of. Find one tiny action. Take it now. Repeat. The engine of change. We don't need prophecy to begin, only the willingness to face fear and take the next step. If this resonated, hit subscribe at Chasing Sunsets 49 for more philosophy deep dives. I post one long video and 2 shorts every week. This is part of my November series on the Dune movie, exploring what it really teaches us about mastering the mind. Drop your thoughts below, and remember, fear is the mind killer only if you let it be. Take care and bye.